My hand, girls rescue met the bar witness said tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess, she thinking less, not drinking less, bathroom says, best to get spontaneous, our stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bag, don't touch my perk.
Yo, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder live stream, and we're going to talk about the Thunder and the Hawks. And of course, these two had to be on because they said that they will improve the look of the show. Talking about Wilder and Ben Opie, they talk about they would improve the show, that get more viewers if they were here because they look better than I do. But of course, we all know that is not the case. I am the man; they are not. Right? That's why I was like, "What are you doing, Finn? What are you? What kind of chips are that? What are you doing?"
I'll show your streamers. I call it.
You gonna show my streamers what?
You made Cheeto dust.
Cheeto dust. What is Cheeto dust? Oh my God, dude, you can stop. All right, y'all dads wait for you. Y'all need to go on out there. Y'all need to go out. Y'all are on my nerves. Because you ain't got no game, you trash.
Alright.
You scrub. What?
He sucks.
You gonna take his water, man?
Yeah, I'll take my water.
Good, get out. Y'all are on my nerves. Bye. Lord. See what I deal with, Nathan. See what I deal with. That's two of we just got done training with hey, the door is that way, guys. That's the door right there. See the door right there? You go right out. That's the door to go out in the patio. To be young again, no thank you. that's that private school education for you. That's what that was. That's all I'm saying. But how you doing today, bro? Go ahead. Uh-huh. No, I understand their philosophy. I get it. And once again, this. Okay. Once again, Nathan, they're listening to our show. Okay. What they're basically saying is they're going to play more than 10 guys, and I'm okay with that because as we talked about, who are the 10? SGA, Josh, J Dub, Dort, Chet, J Will, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, K Rich, Kaysen. That's 10, right? And then Michik is 11, right? Okay, so do we have any problem with playing any of those 11? No, but I'm saying add in Bertans. That's 12. Okay, but when you're trying to do Jang and Waters, you're stretching. But once again, the Thunder. Yes. Right. Right. But the whole thing is he's changing. He's That's where you get the problem. Look, I don't have any problem with that 11, 12 man rotation. Zero. And never said I did. Now, we've been saying it for a year. We've been saying it this whole year for sure. Yes. But Traver is right. The whole thing is, that's what I said. That's why that article in the ESPN and the one in the Athletic quoted as saying that SGA and Chet are clearly ready to win. The Thunder organization and the coaching staff aren't. And by the comments that Barry Trumbull's saying, he is echoing what we've been saying. is that the Thunder organization is not ready to win. That's what they're saying. I mean, that's what they're saying. It's frustrating because why are we not ready to win right now? For what? Why? I mean, right, right. I like I said. Now, yes, you did because what was your over under? So clearly you thought that to 52, 48, whatever it was. Let me see. Well, we're gonna pull it.
If we
Nathan,
keep this
Nathan,
pace up,
you
we're going to win
said
more than
50.
52 games.
You said 50 is your high.
I think 50, 45 to 50 is what I said.
You said
but if we
45
keep
to
this
50.
pace up, we're going to win more than 50 games.
Yes, I said that. Like I said, I thought that my high would be 54, and after watching the preseason, I dropped it to 52. But right, right. Well, if SGA is going to win the MVP, and I've said this before, and we're going to talk about it again, if SGA is going to win the MVP and Chet is going to win the Rookie of the Year, which for Oklahoma City to be able to achieve having the MVP and the Rookie of the Year on one team is something that's just, like I said, the only team that I know has been done was the 76ers. And of course, Will Chamberlain won the Rookie of the Year and MVP. So that's the only time I've ever seen it happen before. So I don't know if any other team, and we probably have to do some research on it, but I don't think any other team has done that. But my problem with the Thunder is they don't promote SGA. They promote J-Dub. A la last night. That's why I quit following them on their Instagram. I can't follow them anymore. I stopped. I said I'm tired of it. I can't deal with what you guys are doing. I can't do it, and I'm not gonna. If you're gonna promote J-Dub over and over and over SGA, I'm done with you. And that's where I'm at. I'm done with them. I'm like I don't want to watch any of your stuff because you're this is stupid. You made this mistake before picking Russell Westbrook over KD. Now you're picking J-Dub over SGA. And no matter what they say, they're secretly. I mean, to me, how the hell can you sit there and let SGA sit to the 4-minute mark of the second quarter? 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Now you're down 7 and you're struggling. So instead of putting him in the game to help you, you wait and put him in at 4 minutes to go. We're down 21. Really? And after last night, I was so mad, which is why I didn't do the show last night. And I had to calm down because I was really pissed last night. I was pissed. I really was. And my thing is this. Dagnall is the Russell Westbrook of this team. And I agree with you, he's going to cause us to lose games because of his rotation. Because in the playoffs, we've talked about this over and over and over, which was ad nauseum when I talked about Russell. In the playoffs, you get 10 less possessions, 8 to 10 less possessions a game. Okay? And Russell is going to make a bonehead player do something 4 of those, of the 4 to 5 of those possessions. Okay? So that means of 10 possessions that you don't have, that means now you have 14 or 15 less possessions. So you're giving the opposing team, instead of 10, you're giving them 14. You see what I'm saying? You're giving them 6 more possessions. Is what you're doing. Excuse me. Yeah. No, he doesn't play. They know better. They know better. Yes. Ty Lue is a great coach, bro. And for him to be able to, and like I talked about earlier, and I talked about that, I think we talked about it last night or night before last, how when I look at the West, and here are the standings of the West right now, okay? Here are the standings of the West. And when I was looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, bro. T-Wolves, 24-9. Losers of their last 2, by the way. The Thunder, 28-10. Losers of their last 1. The Nuggets, 24-11. Winners of their last 1. They lost the one before that. So the Clippers, winners of their last 4. They are 21-12. They were 5-9, and since that point, they have gone 16-3. 16-3 since going 5-9. Did not play, and that's the thing with the Clippers is, and all of us sports people, this is what we all believe. It's the Clippers, and they're great during the regular season. James is great during the regular season. Paul George, great during the regular season. But when it comes to playoffs, guess what? Kawhi is unavailable. Paul George will play, but he's not great in the postseason. James Harden is not great in the postseason. That's why nobody really takes the Clippers seriously, because we know that, yeah, during the season y'all are fantastic, but when it comes down to, you can't make bad decisions because you get 8 to 10 less possessions a game in the playoffs, because the shot clock is being worn down more. You're not getting more transitional baskets as you would during the season. You know, they're clamping down more. Each possession is more valued. So therefore, it's harder, which is when guys like James Harden and Paul George just can't, for whatever reason, he disappears. I don't understand why, but he disappears. He just does. And then you got the other guys, and that's what you run into with the Clippers. But they have been playing ridiculously. I mean, I can't even. It's unbelievable, dude. So that's why I'm really not taking them that serious. But on the other side of that, dude, it's us, it's the Clippers, it is the Suns, are the teams, and the Pelicans are the teams that are rolling right now. Now that the Suns, even though they got beat last night by the Clippers, by the way. I mean, we might as well say that, correct? I mean, because that's what they got beat by. So I just sit back and I look at them and I think, wow, what are they going to do? What is going to happen in that? And what is your thought process? Right.
Do I get a Just Saying sweatshirt?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why the Clippers, during the season, yes, but in the playoffs, I'm not sure if they can do it. Is that too big? That's oversized. Or do you want it small?
No, this is good.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
It's awful big.
No, this is good.
Sure. I can get you a small. Would you rather have a small? I go order. Oh, you want a white one?
No, the Just Saying sweatshirt.
Okay, you want one of those? Okay, I'll get you one of those instead. Yeah.
Right now?
You all ordered? Yeah, I'll order. I gotta order them, so I'll order it. It'll be here like next week, so you'll get it. Sorry about that, Nathan. What were you saying?
Leave this?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, they really didn't. And then Trey went to OU. Well, actually, Lindy went to OSU first, because he's 1 year older than Trey. Yeah, and then Trey went to OU. Agreed. Agreed. Well, let's pull it up right now so you can see. So
The way everybody can see what you're talking about. Go ahead. Lindy Waters played.
And I don't remember.
He played 29 minutes, or 29 minutes. He was 3 for 6, 3 for 6 from 3, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 fouls, and +8 for 9 points. That's what he had last night.
I mean, for a bench guy, that's probably about all you can ask for, right?
Well, yeah, but the whole thing is that I'm glad you said that because we all were like, to a person, and I'm talking about Thunder fans in general, when they saw him come on the court in the first quarter playing so much, what the is going on? Because in this winning streak that we've had, I mean, think about this 9-game, 10-game stretch. We snapped the Clippers 9-game winning streak. We beat the Nuggets twice at Denver. Okay, not at home. At Denver. We beat them twice. We beat the Celtics, and we beat the Knicks in that 9-game or 10-game win streak. That's impressive, okay? But he hasn't seen the floor not one time in any of those games. But now when you said that and you brought that up, from now on I won't say anything about Daignault playing Lindy Waters against the Hawks. Anybody else, yes.
Yeah.
But I
thought that was kind of interesting.
That's interesting. I have zero problem with that. So when we look at the game last night, we played. We just never really got in sync in the first quarter. It reminded me a lot of the Knicks game.
They were tired.
It reminded me of the Knicks game.
They were tired.
Remember we played the Knicks right after we beat Denver. Remember?
Yeah, and that was a home. So
wait, it was the Nets. Wait, it was the Nets.
You know,
No, it was the Nets. It was the Nets.
Was it the Nets?
It was the Nets.
Okay.
Yeah, on a back-to-back.
But this, I mean, I didn't know last night. I didn't know that they didn't get into Atlanta until like 5 in the morning, and they lost an hour, and I didn't realize all that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they were sluggish, but
makes a little sense.
But my problem is in the second quarter. Okay. Here are my notes from the second quarter. You started with J-Dub, Chet, Wiggins, Kaysen, and Waters. And what basically Waters did, he played where Micic normally would play. That's what happened, okay? And he came off the bench. And this is the thing. When he came in the game, the score was 8-15 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go when Waters came into the game, okay? The end of the first quarter, the score was 25-39. Okay, 25.
Yeah, we didn't have a good quarter.
Yeah, but I'm just saying is he came into the game, we went from being down 8 to down 14 with him being on the court. Okay, now we did score 17 points in that 6 minutes. So anyway, you're coming down and we get down, and this is my thought process. We played terrible, and we were only down 11. At the 9-minute mark. We're playing terrible, and we're only down 11. And I've got this in my notes. We're playing terrible, and we're only down 11. I mean, okay. And then the 8-minute mark, Josh has got to take care of the basketball. He is just too careless with the basketball, dribbling. And like SGA was talking about how teams are now starting to get enough tape on Josh, they know what to do to Josh, okay?
Right.
And Josh has not counteracted with, he's still doing his same lackadaisical high dribbling and all that, and they're just picking his pocket. They know he's going to go behind the back every time and try to between a double team. He's going to do the same thing. He dribbles with his head down, not with his head up. So all those little things that they are now catching on to Josh to catch him to turn the ball over. So he's got to now adjust because what SGA did, he knows that they're going to do what? They're going to adjust to his game. And they talked about him against the Celtics. I mean, he's like, when you talk about Stephen A. Smith, I saw that thing. And, dude, he took,
crazy, isn't it?
and the Celtics defensive unit, dude, he Drew Holiday, and see you later. Waters, and see you later. Jalen Williams, and see you later. And then one play, he busted on, I forget who it was, and they showed the video of him laughing going down the court. Like, I'm doing whatever I want, okay? Y'all can't deal with me because he had heard all this nonsense about how great defenders they were and what they were going to do to him and blah, 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 and he just lit them up. He lit them up all night long. And why? Because he was like saying, no, I'm the dude. But anyway, to get back to the game last night, I said this. Josh has got to. He's too careless. I talked about that. And then the charge that they didn't call on Jay Will, that was a charge. He was right there. That was.
It was.
That was.
Yes, it was.
That was. That. But of course, we had lost our challenge earlier. So, and I'm not a fan of challenging in the first quarter. I'm like, why are you challenging in the first quarter? What for? What?
Right.
We have 3 quarters to go. What? I mean, 2 points ain't gonna matter that early in the game. And then no SGA, and it's 42-30. It's 42-63 when he put him in the game, and we're down 11 at 8 minutes. And he didn't put SGA in the game. He put in Josh. He put in this other group. He did not put him in there. They had on the court. Okay, they waited till the 4-minute and 32-second mark. And we're down 42-63 when they put him in. Now, at the time that they could have put him in, it was 36-47. Okay, when they could have put him in, down 11. They waited for 4 minutes to put him in, and in that 4 minutes, we went from down 11 to down 21.
Yeah.
And
Crazy,
then he puts in his all defensive team, which is SGA, J. Will, Joe, Wiggins, and Dort to save him. Okay, that's what he did. And then of course he put Lindy in for Isaiah Joe at the end of the second quarter. What the hell? What are you doing? Why are you putting him in the game and taking out Isaiah Joe? Are you crazy? But once again, what you're telling me makes sense now. Okay, that makes sense. That makes.
Hey man, I'm sorry, man. I just had something pop up. I gotta
go
get
ahead.
off. But,
anyway, all right, go ahead. No
sorry,
problem.
man.
No problem. Anyway,
Have a good show.
You too. See you later. Have fun. Hope everything works out. Anyway, it's 59-76 to start the second half. And we go back with our starters, and we're just playing as bad as we can. I mean, SGA is missing close-range shots. You know, he's just missing shots. And then all of a sudden, he just starts taking over, which he starts doing at the middle of the third quarter. And why? That's because it's SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Wiggins, and J. Will. That's his group that you start with, and that's what you do. You bring that group in, and then SGA started pressing because he got frustrated. He had a couple bad turnovers. He was forcing shots, the shots that he normally would make, he was missing. He had a couple of questionable goal shots blocked that could have been goaltending, but once again, we lost our challenge, so that was the end of that. So I just thought he needed to slow down and figure it all out. But in the fourth quarter, you know, you're down by 15. And, you know, I was so mad, and you start the fourth quarter, and it's just same old. And then all of a sudden, what happens? We start going on a run. SGA scores 10 points in 6 minutes, and he brings us back, which is the difference between him and J-Dub, which is, for whatever reason, the Thunder are promoting J-Dub. I don't understand what their problem is, but that's what they're doing. But SGA is the man, and everybody knows it except Oklahoma City Thunder.
They're the only ones who don't know how great he is. So, and this is why I say that. Now, the Thunder in the pregame thing, this is what they said. This is what they promoted, okay? Instead of promoting SGA, they promote J-Dub. And this is what they bragged on. They bragged on saying, look at J-Dub in his last 9 games. This is what they promoted, like this is a big deal. His last 9 games, he's averaging 18 points, 57% from the field, 54% from 3, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Okay? Really good numbers. Now, SGA over the same period of time, remember, his season high was 36. SGA's season high during that group, or not season high, but his high, J-Dub's season high was 36. SGA had his 5th 40-point game during that time. Okay? 5th 40-point game. Here's SGA's last 9 games. 33.1 points per game. 60.1% from the field. 57% from the field. Excuse me, 60% from the field. 37% from 3. Up from 30. Shay's shooting 31%. He's up 6 total points from 3. 6.8 assists and 2 steals. Now, let's compare the two. J-Dub, 18-1. SGA 33-1. Field goal percentage, J-Dub 57%, SGA 60%. 3-point percentage, J-Dub 54%, SGA 37%. Assists, J-Dub 4.3%, 4.3 assists, SGA 6.3 assists. Steals, J-Dub 1.2 steals, SGA 2 steals. His season high was 36 during that game. During that stretch. SGA had his fifth 40-point game during that stretch. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I want SGA to be promoted as an MVP candidate. The same way the energy that they did to promote Westbrook should be the same thing you do. To me, how amazing would it be to have SGA MVP and Chet Rookie of the Year? How amazing would that be for Oklahoma City? You have the #1 player overall in the NBA and the upcoming rookie in the NBA. But instead, they don't promote either one really. They promote a guy who is who's going to be a good player. And to me, we talked about Ty Lue and what he did with Russell Westbrook, getting Russell to sit the bench and not start. That was huge for Russell to swallow his pride and do that. So you look at that and you think, wow. So here's SGA's MVP thing. 31.2 points per game, ranked third in the NBA. 54.6% from field goal percentage is 17. 2.6 steals, which is first. And remember, he has 30 steals, I think it was 28 or 30 steals higher than the next person closest to him. 6.3 assists, and he's had 23 now, 30-point games. And he's second behind Luka in that. And when
you look at the end-of-game stats, the Thunder had a chance to tie the score at the end of the game, and it's 126-123. Or what's 124? We lost by, excuse me, it was 141. It was 141-138. That was the score. That is not right. The score was 141-138. Okay? And let me fix that because that's going to drive me nuts. I don't like that. 138 to 141. And the thing that I thought is that we played as bad as we possibly could play for 3.5 quarters. And then he put in the right group to come back in and bring us back. Okay? He brought in the right group, and what we did is he brings in that group, and what happens? The Thunder immediately come back. And we went on a 7-0 run just to even get the game back to where it was, and then we had a chance at the end. And I will say, Dagnout, he is a fantastic coach at building players up, number one, and drawing up out-of-bounds plays. Those two things he is magnificent at. 100% he's magnificent. So the Thunder fall to 23-10. The Hawks are 14-19. And my case is, as far as I'm looking at it, the Hawks were 14-39. The Thunder were 18 for 36 from three. They were 50% from the field. We were 54. Rebounds, 49 to them, 37 for us. Once again, that's our Achilles heel. 62 pips, which is my stat. Pips, points in the paint. Oklahoma City 62, the Hawks 52. 13 turnovers each. And then, of course, I don't think we are even remotely in this game without our bench. And I look at our bench scoring and what they did, and I'll go back and pull that up so everybody can see what the Thunder did as far as scoring, because our bench was magnificent last night. You have Lindy Waters with 9, Jalen Williams with 3, J.J. Will. You had Isaiah Joe with 9. You had Wiggins with 13, and you had Wallace with 15. Wallace, 3 for 7 from 3, and he missed some shots that he's got to make those. But still, he's about a 45% three-point shooter, and that's about right where he was at, 3 for 7. Wiggins, 1 for 1. Isaiah Joe, once again, is killing us from 3, and he missed a wide-open shot and to bring the game into overtime. And,
Nathan had brought up a good point. He goes, well, why didn't SGA take the shot? Because in game-winning shots, the only people who have hit game-winning shots, SGA has done it multiple times. It's him and I think Chet, and J-Wall. I think the only three to have on the team that have game-winning shots. I need to go back and review that. But we've only had 3 guys. But I want to go back and look at what SGA's three-point percentages to win a game. If he shoots a 3, what is his percentage then? Because I think it's higher for him trying to win a game for us shooting a 3 than it is him just ready to shoot threes. So his deal was, am I upset about that? I go, no. I said, I think it was a great play drawn up. Isaiah Joe got a great look. It was from the corner. He's usually really good from that spot, and he just missed. So, but anyway, I don't think the Thunder deserved to win last night. I would have taken the win, but we played like crap, but that shows you how far we've come as a team in order to fight back. We could have easily mailed it in, and we didn't. And I think the fact of us playing against the Hawks, and that's the first, we lead the NBA in beating teams that's 17 through 22 and 22 through 30. We are number 1. We don't lose to teams that we should beat. We don't have those lackadaisical efforts like we did last night. Those don't happen to us. So, you got to take your hat off to the Thunder and what they did last night. And, and so I'm going to do that for them. Okay? I'm going to do that for them. So with that, I'm going to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors right now.
I want to thank Collaborative Logic for keeping us up and running. And if you have any needs for computers, software to make your office run smoother, or if you need website design, holler at our guys, Russell Williford, there at Collaborative Logic. SRB, if you have any needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, Mark Long is the dude for that. They love to be behind the scenes to help you out in any way possible as that. So if you have a new complex that you're building, they'd be more than happy to come in and make sure that there's no flooding and everything is done the way it should be. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, and the sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. And in fact, we were supposed to be at Cutting Up Barbershop today, but Keith's daughter, the owner of Cutting Up, his daughter had the table, so I had no table to do the show. That's why we're here at Santa Fe doing the show this late, because normally we would have done it at 2 o'clock, which is our normal time, but simply I didn't have a table to do it, so by the time I got my hair cut and got over here to Santa Fe, it was almost 3 o'clock. I have kids from 4 to 5, so it didn't work out. But you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into their main location at 401 Elm in downtown Yukon, YNB East, which is off the Parkway, Yukon Parkway, and 66 or 39th Expressway, however you want to look at it. YNB Mustang, which is off 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40 right there. You can't miss it. It's just on the south side of I-40, right in front of the hospital. YNB Peoples, which is in Bethany, located on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And our latest sponsor is Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located at 4609 Southeast 29th Street in Dale City, Oklahoma, 405-670-2424. They are open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1, closed Saturdays and Sundays, proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. Now, the Thunder have a good stretch come up, and of course, I did not update this, which I'm mad about. I should have updated this the next 6 games, and I'll go ahead and do that now while I'm talking to y'all, but I should have already done that. It's had this updated, but like I said, I was so frustrated last night. I just was frustrated. I mean, it just now, but I feel bad now talking trash about it simply because that made complete sense why he played Lindy Waters and that he plays well against Trey. And that makes complete sense when you go back and you look at that. But I still, I don't know why he's even playing, but that would make sense that you play him under those circumstances because he and Trey did go to school together, high school together there at Norman North. And I'm assuming that's why they play him, and that's why he does really well against them and against everybody else, not so much. So that was kind of the frustrating part against me. I did not know that. But, hats off to Lindy. He did well when it came to that. So I can't really, do I want to see him on the floor? Hell no. But I do understand why they did what they did when it came to that. So, but anyway, this is what it looks like. Thunder lost to them, so we have 2 games left. We have to go to the Nets on Friday, so I'm assuming we left last night so that we can get in there late. We can rest today, get up, get some good rest, probably shoot around later, get some breakfast, get a late shoot around, late practice, and then get up for tomorrow and be ready to go, have that full night's rest. Or they may have just let them sleep last night in Atlanta and fly into New Jersey today. Now, me as a player, I'd much rather have stayed in Atlanta last night after the game and had some fun. That's just me and what I would have rather had done. So, but the next 7 games, the Thunder, because remember the Thunder are 23-10. And what I said after 40 games, I thought the Thunder, if we're 28-12, we're going to be in fantastic position. Okay? That's what I said. If we're 28-12, we'd be fantastic position to get to where we needed to be. And in order to do that, here are our next 7 games. We got to win 5 games out of the next 7. At the Nets, that's doable. And I think the Nets are going to be in trouble because SGA is pretty pissed off at the game he had. You have at the Wizards, which is definitely a winnable game. Then you go to Miami, which is not easy. Then we have the Blazers at home on another back-to-back. Then we have the Magic at home 2 days later. Then we go to the Lakers and to the Clippers on back-to-backs. And that's what kills me about this. In 6 days, we have 5 games. In 6 days. In 2 different cities. And really, you really count it, you want to count. We go Washington to Miami to Oklahoma City to L.A. So the chances of us doing that, so we could be 2-0, which we probably lose to the Heat. We should be able to beat the Wizards and the Magic, or that. So that should be the. And then if we can go 1-1 between the Lakers and the Clippers, and I know the Clippers want us really, really bad because the fact that Kawhi did not play in the game here when we beat them. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. So that's how it works. Now, as far as the Chet watch is what I call it, the Chet Holmgren watch. And I admit, I was completely wrong on Chet. I admit the fact that I was wrong on Chet, and I have no problem admitting the fact that I was wrong on Chet. Okay? Here's Chet's numbers.
Rookie of the year. 17.7 points a game, 7.8 rebounds, 2.7 blocks, 2.5 assists, and 54% from the field. So Chet could easily do 50, 40, and 90, which is what he said he was going to. He said 60, 40, 90, which is crazy. But he is a rookie if he goes 50, 40, 90, which is 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 90% from the free throw line. I think Chet should make the All-Star team. Okay? I mean, should make the Rookie of the Year. Even though Wembanyama is just, he's fantastic. He really is. He's the unicorn that Chet supposedly was supposed to be, that Wembanyama actually is that unicorn. But can I say that Chet, I said that he should average 14 points a game, 8 rebounds, about 3 blocks, and 2 to 3 assists. That's what I said he should average. And he's averaging 18 a game, 7.8 rebounds, which is basically 8 rebounds, and 2.7, which is basically 3 blocks. So he's scoring 3 points more than I thought he would.
Oh, good.
And everything else is about where I thought he should be. But Chet, double-doubles, he's playing great. He's doing all the things. I wish he could do more double-doubles because Wemby is averaging a double-double. But the thing about Wemby versus Chet, Chet is a piece, whereas Wemby has to be the piece. And you've got SGA doing what he does, and it just makes all the sense to have Chet be the Rookie of the Year. Like I said, here's the scenario that works. The Thunder right now have the 5th best record, but we're going against Denver and Philadelphia right now. So SGA is going against Joel Embiid and Jokic's MVP. But right now, he's gaining more momentum outside of the Thunder. Everybody else is all about SGA and looking the Thunder are rolling because of him. Thunder don't think so, clearly, but the rest of us who understand the game know 100% the reason why the Thunder are where they are is because of SGA. It ain't because of J-Dub. Now, J-Dub is a nice piece, which is why I call Mark Daigneault the Russell Westbrook of this year, of this team. He is going to cost us possessions because of the type of people he plays. Now, going back to us being able to accomplish the MVP Rookie of the Year, we're going to have to finish ahead of Denver and right there with Philadelphia or just ahead of them in wins. So if that's the case, and SGA is doing what he's done, and remember, there's only been 3 guys in the history of the NBA, to average 30 points a game and shoot 50% from the field. That's SGA, that's Michael Jordan, and that's Steph Curry. In the history of the game, there's only been 3 guys ever to do that. And he's getting ready to do it for a second time, and I think he would be the first person to ever do it twice. That's impressive. On whatever level you want to think, that right there is crazy. So he's probably going to get ready to do that again. But the coach has to help them in this playing 11 players and more than 10 players. That's their philosophy. That's a philosophy not to win. Now, I don't mind, like I said, what are our 9? That's SGA, Josh, J-Dub, Dort, Chet. That's our starting 5. Then you have Isaiah Joe, you have Cason Wallace, that's 7. Then you have Wiggins is 8, K. Rich is 9, and then 10 is J. Will. That's your 10. Yeah, I have no problem playing those 10. Or at least playing the 9, but at least those 10. Okay? I have no problem with that. And then if you want to play Meach again, stick him in there, yeah, that's great. But if you're going to win games, you cannot play that many players. Now, the deal is this, once again, Dagnall is a developer of players, and he's trying to develop players, and I get that. But no team that's trying to win does what Oklahoma City is doing. Why? Because they're trying to win. And like the article said, Chet, Holmgren, and SGA are ready to win now. The Thunder management is not. And until they get the mentality that let's win now, because me as a fan, I went to the games 2 years ago when there wasn't anybody there. There wasn't hardly anybody in the suites. And there was nobody there. And it was hard to watch because I had gotten spoiled. We've had season tickets for 16 years. Thanks to my guy, Randy Wright. We've been going for 16 years. So I remember what we were like. Okay? I know when we were rolling. And then you turn around and then we go complete crap in rebuilding. And we did it in 3 years. Which is amazing job of what Sam Presti has done. That's amazing. But now you've got the nucleus, you've got the team, you're ready to go. Chad is playing out of his mind. You've got the rookie Cason Wallace coming up, playing out of his mind. Now, here's the $1 million question. Can the Thunder win with the current team constructed? Can the Thunder win with the current team constructed? Now, this is how I look at it, okay? The big question mark,
because everybody's talking about trade for Lauri Markkanen, the center for the Utah Jazz. Now, if Jazz trade him, what do they want from the Thunder? Cason Wallace, Usman Jang, Davis Bertans, the 2024 pick via Utah, and the 2024 pick via Houston. Now, remember, we still will have our own pick in 2024. So if we give up those other 2, okay, fine. Then we have the 2025 pick via Philly, and remember, we still have ours. Then 2026, we'll still have us. 2027 and 2029, they'd want our picks. Now, I don't have a problem with any of that, except I'm not giving up Cason. Because Sam Presti, being the genius fleecer he is, the Clippers did not want to give up SGA. But they had to have Paul George. So the Thunder were like, well, if you want Paul George so bad, we want SGA and the picks. They just wanted to give up the picks. And Sam Presti said no, and he fleeced them. And Doc Rivers, who was the coach of the Clippers at the time, said, oh, my God, no, we don't want to give up this guy. Kawhi, please just come and see what kind of team we got. And he didn't do it. So the question is now Danny Ainge is trying to fleece us by taking our best up-and-coming rookie. And I'm like, under some circumstances, can we do that? And this is why. What would we get if we trade for him? Your starting lineup would now be SGA, Dort, J-Dub, Lauri Markkanen, and Chet. Then you can move Chet to the 4, which is his natural position, not the 5. Then all of a sudden, you cut down right now. Remember, we are 30th or 29th in the league and not giving up offensive rebounds. That ends. That would move us up. The fact that we'd have another player who can score, a stretch 4 or 5 that can score, would make us even. He can shoot the 3, he can put the ball on the ground, he can block shots. It really aids our team. Now, the downside is giving up Cason Wallace. Second downside is we only have him for 2 years. Then what are you going to do? How are you going to pay him? Because next year you got to pay Josh. Then the next year you got to pay Chet and J-Dub, and you're gonna probably give them max rookie deals, or not the max because neither one of them will be all NBA. You have to be all NBA to get the super max, so they will get max rookie deals. So now all of a sudden you get that. Then the year after that, you have to turn around and pay HGA $400 million. So how are you going to pay Lauri Markkanen? Who are you not? I mean, what are you going to? The numbers don't match up. What are you going to do at that point? So that is the downside to taking him. Now, this is how I feel. I would love to have him because he's a missing piece of what we need.
There's no question about that. But I say let's stay where we're at this year. Let's make it as far as we can, and then see what we're missing. Because I've said all along, the Thunder need three things at the beginning of the year or the end of last year. We need shooters, we need a defensive wing presence as far as improve our wing defenders, and we need inside presence. Those are three things that we need. We fixed the shooting, we fixed the wing defending, and we still have not fixed the hole that we have that Markkanen would fill as far as inside presence. That's the hole in the Thunder's game, is that. So I say we go ahead and stay where we're at, and this is what we do. After this, we're going to know, okay, this guy works, this guy doesn't work, whatever. Then you make the trades because we got 1,000 picks. Geez, we got so many picks. Then you can make some trades and figure out what you want to do then. You have plenty of time to do that. Now, like I said, the upside is, would Markkanen make us more of a contender? There's no question because he filled that last hole that we're hurting, and that's the inside presence. And he would fit well with our philosophy and how we play defensively and offensively. So it is a good deal, but me giving up Cason Wallace, that's a non-starter. Not giving him up. Not giving him up. Let's not have somebody do to us what we did to the Clippers. They're not going to get over losing SGA. I can promise you that. With that being said, I want to thank everybody. Remember, we are here at Santa Fe
Family Life Center, located 6300 North Santa Fe. You can call 405-840-1817, or you can go to our website, www.sfflc.com. Memberships are starting at $39.99, which include fitness, pickleball, and access to the basketball court. So it's a great deal. Nobody else can really offer what we can offer. So that's what you get here at Santa Fe, 6300 North Santa Fe. You can call 405-840-1817. So hit our guys up. Now, that being said,
I'm hoping that everybody has a fantastic night. Thanks for watching and staying up with us. And remember, go to YouTube. If you're YouTube, go to YouTube for us.
and hit After the Storm -OKC Thunder. Like, subscribe, hit notification so that we can get more followers and build up our deal. And then, of course, the Unpopular Hour, which is our daily show. Also, the Unpopular Hour - Matt Clark on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and hit notifications. Or you can go to mcsportsnetwork.com, our website, and you can see all the previous episodes on that. So hopefully you guys will do
that for me. I would appreciate it. That being said, peace out.